Ever been stopped in your tracks by the story of someone small who achieves truly giant things? Someone whose path, when you look closely, gives you those aha moments without, making your brain feel overloaded.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's exactly what we're doing today.
We're diving deep, really deep into the journey of, well, an icon, Lionel Messi.
Precisely. Think of this as peeling back the layers. How does someone become a global phenomenon? We're hoping to uncover some surprising stuff, some insightful moments from his story.
And we're drawing from a really detailed account of his life, aren't we? Takes us all the way from his childhood
Right, from Rosario, Argentina.
to, well, undisputed legend status today. We're aiming to pull out the most compelling bits for you.
Our mission, I guess, is to try and understand what really drove him, what challenges did he face, and, what's the legacy he's built. We want to give you a really solid but engaging picture of his impact.
Okay, let's get into it then. It all starts back in Rosario, Argentina, June 24th, 1987.
Mm-hmm. And it's a very, normal background, working class family.
Yeah, his dad worked in a steel factory. His mom cleaned houses. Third of four kids. It sounds pretty grounded.
It really does. And that family support, even without a lot of money, seems key, doesn't it? That kind of stable, loving environment. It feels like it gave him this foundation.
Definitely. And the football thing. It wasn't just a weekend kickabout. It started really young, like 5.
Yeah. Playing constantly, apparently. Anywhere there was space. And even then, people noticed. Okay, he's small, maybe a bit shy off the ball.
But give him a football.
And boom. Total transformation,
Yeah.
energy, skill. It was like the ball was just part of him.
That connection, yeah. So his first club, Grandolly, and this is where his grandmother, Celia, comes in. She sounds like a crucial figure.
Absolutely pivotal. She was his biggest believer early on. There's that great story, right? That coach wasn't sure.
Because he is so small.
Exactly. And Celia just insisted, put him in, let him play. That faith. Wow. And he still dedicates goals to her today.
That tells you everything, doesn't it? Just the impact she had.
It really does. That early belief can make all the difference.
So after Grandolly, he moves to Newell's Old Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And he's part of this amazing youth team, the Machine of '87. They were winning everything.
Yeah, they were dominant.
Yeah.
And Messi was already standing out. But then things took a turn around age 10.
The growth issue. He just stopped growing properly.
Right. Diagnosed with growth hormone deficiency. And this wasn't just a small hurdle, it was huge.
Because the treatment was expensive.
Whoa.
Really expensive.
$1,000 a month, which for his family, it was just impossible. Suddenly, this incredible talent, this dream, it looked really precarious.
They tried to get help locally, right? From clubs, Newell's even.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't happen.
Yeah, Newell's apparently said they'd help initially, but then didn't follow through. It just shows how easily it could have all fizzled out. Talent isn't always enough if the circumstances aren't right.
It makes you wonder how much talent gets lost.
Absolutely. Which makes the next part of the story even more remarkable.
The Barcelona scout, someone sees a video.
And just knows this kid is special. Can you imagine the conviction it took?
And for his dad, Jorge, to then take him all the way to Spain for a trial. He was only 13.
The hope, the uncertainty. Leaving everything behind based on that one scout's belief. It says a lot about the family's courage and Messi's own quiet determination even then.
Okay, and this leads to one of the most famous stories in football.
Oh, yeah. The napkin contract.
It sounds like something out of a movie.
Eh.
Carlos Rexach, a Barcelona director, sees him play.
He was blown away, obviously.
And they're at lunch, and he basically grabs a napkin.
And scribbles down an agreement. Right there. promising to sign Messi and cover the medical treatment.
It's almost unbelievable. Such a casual act, a napkin,
Yeah,
but it literally changed football history.
totally. It shows the power of just recognizing talent and acting decisively. That napkin is iconic now.
So there he is, 13 years old, in Spain, at La Masia, Barcelona's famous academy.
And La Masia, it's more than just football training, isn't it? It's a whole life.
Definitely. New language, new culture. He was apparently quite shy. And his mom went back to Argentina for a while with the other kids, right? That must have been tough.
Incredibly tough. But La Masia had that structure, that focus on developing the whole person, not just the player. Education, values.
Yeah.
It was probably exactly what he needed, even if it was hard.
And while he might have been quiet off the pitch,
On the pitch, he did all the talking.
with his feet, that control, the vision, the left foot, coaches saw it straight away. He just spoke football.
That's a great way to put it. It's like a universal language. And despite being smaller, he just started rising through the ranks, dominating at every level.
Sounds like his progress was incredibly fast.
Meteoric, really.
Yeah.
And then, get this, at 16, he's training with the first team.
Wow. Alongside legends like Ronaldinho, Xavi, Iniesta.
Can you imagine? And Ronaldinho apparently saw it early, told people, this kid will be better than me.
That's some serious praise from the best player in the world at the time.
Incredible. It shows Ronaldinho's class, too, recognizing and encouraging that talent.
So he gets a taste of senior football friendly in 2003.
Against Porto, yeah.
And then his official La Liga debut in 2004 against Espanyol. Youngest ever for Barca in the league then.
Uh-huh. But the real arrival moment for many was that first goal, wasn't it?
Against Albacete, 2005. Ronaldinho assists.
And Messi does that beautiful little chip over the keeper. Genius.
Oh, and again, youngest ever scorer for the club at the time. It felt symbolic, like a torch being passed.
Totally. It wasn't just a goal, it was a statement. A glimpse of the future.
So the next few years, he's growing, developing, dealing with some injuries too, which is part of the game.
But he always seemed to come back stronger, more determined, resilience.
2006 is a big year. First Champions League appearance.
And his first World Cup with Argentina, youngest player on the squad, he's on the world stage now.
Those experiences must have been invaluable, even if he wasn't the main man yet.
Absolutely. Exposure to that level, the pressure, it all shapes you.
And then comes Pep Guardiola, the whole tiki-taka revolution at Barcelona.
Right. And Messi becomes absolutely central to it, especially with that tactical shift.
The false nine. Can you break that down a bit? How did that change things for him?
Well, instead of being a fixed striker up top, Guardiola played him deeper, more centrally. So Messi could drop into midfield, pick up the ball, run at defenders.
Making him impossible to mark.
Pretty much. Defenders didn't know whether to follow him or stay put. It created confusion, space, and it let Messi use his dribbling, his passing, his vision from deeper areas. It just unlocked everything. He could dictate the whole game.
And the results were, well, historic. The 2008-2009 season.
The treble. La Liga, Copa del Rey, Champions League, unbelievable.
Messi wasn't just part of it, he was driving it. Top scorer in the Champions League.
And scored in the final with the header, remember, against Manchester United. Showed he could do it all.
That season really cemented Barcelona as the best team, and Messi is the best player, didn't it?
No question. It was the culmination of all that potential, peak performance.
And then, to top it all off, his first Ballon d'Or. He's only 21.
21. It's incredible. The conversation just shifted completely. He wasn't promising anymore. He was the best.
So he's reached the summit. But somehow, he keeps climbing. The stats in the years that followed are just Nuts.
Especially that 2011-2012 season, what was it, 73 goals?
73 goals in all competitions,
Mm.
breaking Gerd Miller's record. It's hard to even process that number.
It's staggering. It speaks to just insane consistency, skill, focus, playing at a level that's almost unimaginable against top defenders week after week.
And then, as if that wasn't enough, 2012, the calendar year record.
91 goals. 91.
That just, yeah, people say that record might never be broken, and you can see why. It's superhuman.
Astronomical is the word, just operating on a different planet, football-wise.
But what the source keeps coming back to, beyond the numbers, is how he played. You know? Honest, humble.
Joyful, almost.
Yeah. You don't really see him diving, screaming at refs. He just plays. Lets the football speak.
And in today's game, that's pretty remarkable, isn't it? That integrity, that focus purely on the sport, it's a huge part of why people respect him so much.
Okay, but here's the flip side. All this insane success with Barcelona.
Contrasted with the struggles for Argentina.
Right. World Cup disappointments in 06, 10, and then getting booed by his own fans in Argentina during the 2011 Copa America. That must have hurt.
Oh, massively. You could feel the weight of national expectation on him. Why couldn't he replicate that Barcelona magic for Argentina?
What do you think was the difference? Was it just the team structure, the pressure?
Probably a mix of things. At Barca, the system was built around him, perfectly honed. With Argentina, tactics changed, teammates changed. And yeah, the pressure was immense, carrying the hopes of a whole nation. It's a different kind of burden.
2014, the World Cup in Brazil. They get all the way to the final.
First final in 24 years for Argentina. Huge deal.
Only to lose to Germany. Heartbreaking extra time.
Gut-wrenching. And Messi gets the golden ball for best player, but you see his face. He doesn't care about that. He wanted the trophy.
That image of him walking past the trophy, brutal.
It really captured that feeling of so close yet so far. The one thing missing.
And then it got even worse, didn't it? The Copa America finals.
Back-to-back losses, 2015, 2016, both against Chile.
Both on penalties.
Agony. And in 2016, Messi himself misses his penalty in the shootout.
Which led to him briefly retiring from the national team. It was shocking.
It really showed the depth of the pain and frustration. The weight just became too much, it seemed. But he came back.
What does that say about him, to go through all that and still come back?
Resilience. Incredible resilience. And just a deep, deep love for his country and that dream of winning something major for Argentina. He couldn't let it end like that.
Meanwhile, back at Barcelona during this period, he's forming that incredible partnership.
MSN, Messi, Suarez, Neymar, wow.
Just unstoppable, weren't they? Pure attacking chemistry.
Absolutely breathtaking to watch. They clicked instantly. And they won the Champions League again in 2015. Just pure dominance.
And all this time, you've got the constant Messi versus Ronaldo narrative humming in the background.
Oh, yeah. The Ballon d'Or battle, the goal records. Yeah. They pushed each other to insane heights for over a decade.
The source mentions the rivalry, the fan debates, but also suggests there was, like, a mutual respect underneath it all.
I think there had to be. Two aliens playing amongst mortals. They knew how special the other was. That competition definitely made both of them even better.
And Messi just kept breaking records at Barca. Most goals, most league goals, most assists, most hat tricks. It's just endless.
His consistency was the truly mind-blowing part. Year after year after year, performing at that elite level, it's unprecedented.
Okay, so we get to the chapter where the Argentina dream finally starts to turn. But not without one more setback.
Right, the 2019 Copa America. Lost Brazil in the semis.
And Messi actually spoke out, criticized the refereeing, which is super rare for him.
It felt like maybe a sign of desperation. Or just utter frustration boiling over, like, when is it going to happen for us?
Which leads us to 2021. Copa America again, in Brazil, of all places. Messi's 34. The pressure is immense.
But something felt different about the team this time, didn't it? Like, they were all pulling together for him.
Yeah, a real sense of unity, a collective mission to finally get him that trophy.
And he played like a man possessed throughout the tournament. Goals, assists, leadership. He carried them.
And then the final.
Yeah.
Against Brazil in Americana.
The ultimate stage. And Angel Di Maria scores that beautiful goal.
And the call on Argentina wins. Messi finally has his major international trophy.
The emotion on his face, on the whole team's faces, unforgettable. Pure relief, pure joy. You could feel the weight lifting off him, off the whole country.
A truly watershed moment. But then, just as he conquers that peak...
The shock of leaving Barcelona?
Yes, summer 2021. Couldn't stay because of the club's financial issues after more than 20 years.
The tearful farewell press conference, it was heartbreaking to watch. End of an era doesn't even cover it. Look at his stats. There's 778 games, 672 goals, over 300 assists. Just staggering.
So he moves to PSG. A new challenge. Teaming up with Neymar again and Mbappe.
A superstar trio. But it wasn't smooth sailing initially, was it?
No, the source mentions some struggles adapting, maybe some fan criticism even. It takes time to adjust, I guess.
Different league, different style, huge expectations. It's understandable.
And then the big one. Qatar 2022. The World Cup.
His last dance, everyone called it. His final chance at the ultimate prize. He's 35.
And how does it start? Disaster.
Losing to Saudi Arabia. No one saw that coming. The pressure just ramped up instantly.
Would they recover? Could he lead them?
And boy, did he respond. He was immense throughout the tournament.
Key goals, assists when they needed them most. Just dragging the team forward with pure will. Mexico, Poland, Australia.
The Netherlands game, that tense penalty shootout.
Croatia in the semis. He was just on another level.
You felt he was absolutely refusing to let this chance slip away.
Which brings us to the final. Against France, Mbappe.
Possibly the greatest World Cup final ever.
It has to be up there. 3-3 after extra time. Messi scores twice.
Mbappe gets a hat trick. Unreal.
And it goes to penalties. Again, the tension.
But this time, Argentina holds their nerve. They win.
Messi, World Cup winner, finally holding that trophy. It's the image everyone wanted to see.
The absolute pinnacle, the completion of the set, the fulfillment of that lifelong dream, pure cinematic ending.
He gets the golden ball again, best player, totally deserved. He'd conquered everything.
Cemented his legacy beyond any doubt, if there ever was any doubt.
So after that incredible high, he finishes the season at PSG.
Yeah.
And then another surprise move.
Inter Miami, MLS. Turning down apparently huge money from Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, the reasons given were interesting, weren't they? New challenge, growing the game in the U.S.
And maybe a quieter family life, away from the intense European spotlight. A different phase.
And the impact in the U.S.
Yes.
Instantaneous.
Oh, yeah. Sold out stadiums everywhere, shirts flying off the shelves, huge buzz around MLS.
And he immediately leads Miami to their first ever trophy. The League's Cup. Scores 10 goals in the tournament. It's like he just can't help but win.
That magic just follows him. His influence is incredible on and off the pitch. Elevates everyone around him.
So when you look back at the whole story, yeah, the trophies, the records are mind-boggling. But the source emphasizes it's more than that.
It's the personal qualities too, right? The hard work, the humility, despite the fame.
The perseverance.
Yeah.
Never giving up. Even after all those setbacks, especially with Argentina, he's become this symbol for anyone told they're too small, too different.
Exactly. His journey says talent is important, but character, dedication, resilience, that's what sustains greatness.
And the way he plays.
Hmm.
that respectful style. No diving, no theatrics.
Just poetry on the field, as the source puts it, letting the skill do the talking. It's beautiful to watch.
His connection with fans globally is just immense. He's given people so many moments of pure joy.
He's a hero in Argentina, obviously. Murals everywhere, kids named Lionel.
He was the king in Barcelona, brought class to Paris. Now he's bringing belief to Miami. He's transcended sport.
He's a true global cultural icon. Simple as that.
So what's next? The feeling is he just wants to play as long as he can, enjoy it.
Mentor younger players, maybe. Spend time with family. It sounds like he's not chasing records anymore, just playing for the love of it.
Which kind of brings it full circle, doesn't it?
Back to the small boy from Rosario who just wanted to play football.
Yeah, it's an incredible arc.
Absolutely. Rooted in that simple passion.
So, thinking about this whole deep dive, the big takeaway isn't just about football greatness, is it? It's really a story about dreams, sticking with it through tough times, staying humble.
Exactly. It's about perseverance. It really makes you think, doesn't it? About your own path. What small things, what passions, what setbacks in your own life could be building towards something bigger.
Totally. His story goes way beyond football. It shows what's possible when you combine that incredible talent with incredible character. It leaves you wondering, what's your field? And how can you bring that same kind of dedication, that same spirit to whatever it is you do?
A powerful thought to end on. What can we learn from that blend of genius and humility?